Alright, guess what we're going to make today? Hi, how's everybody doing? I'm Harry, and we're going to make pizzas today. So we're going to make a traditional dough using flour. I'm going to get the dough started. So I got 1 2/3 cup of water here, hot water from the tap. I'm going to put in a little bit of milk, could be half and half, whatever, and then 1 tablespoon of sugar. That's what the yeast are going to eat. Here's our yeast, 1 tablespoon of yeast, and then we're going to mix that around with a fork. And just we're going to let that bloom. That's the yeast is going to start eating the sugar, and it's going to bloom. We're going to make sure that the yeast is alive. Here we go. There's our yeast mixture. You can see it's foamed up rather nicely. That yeast is alive. We're ready to go. Here's our food processor. We're going to make it in the food processor. To that food processor, we're going to add 4 cups of regular all-purpose flour. I'm not making an almond flour one. I'm using all regular flour. 4 cups. We're going to make a lot of pizzas. There's our flour. We need a teaspoon of salt. That'll help calm down the yeast from over expanding. And then we're going to put another tablespoon of sugar in there. There we go. A tablespoon of sugar. And we're going to put some herbs in it. I've got some dried oregano and basil and some fresh rosemary from the garden. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to turn that on. Oh, you know what else I got to put in there is some fat. I'm going to put olive oil. Like a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. And then I'm going to cut that in. You can use butter if you want. There we go. Alright, now while that's running, I'm going to pour in my liquid. Get all that yeast foam in there. It's a little too liquidy, so we're going to add a little bit more flour in there because we want it to come together like in a ball. There we go, we're getting there. Need a little more flour. So just add a little bit until you get the right consistency. There we go, look at that. Nice on the side of the food processor. Boom. Alright, we're going to take that out of there and we're going to do a little hand kneading. Alright, here's our dough. I'm going to take it out of the bowl. You know, when you take dough out of a bowl or anything, grab that blade by the plastic top so you don't cut yourself. Alright, so you get that blade out, put it to the side, and then get in there and get that dough ball out. See how nice it comes out of there? Alright, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to put a little flour on our hands so it doesn't stick to the countertop, and we're going to knead it. Just turn it, knead, turn, knead. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice dough. And what we're doing is we're making strands of gluten that, you know, that's what holds dough and bread together. So it's very important to get those nice gluten strands forming. This is a very nice dough. Look at that ball of dough. That's going to be a great pizza. Well, several pizzas. See you later. We're going to let this rise for about 1.5 hours. I forgot to tell you, I got a bowl here with some olive oil in it. We're going to put the top down, swirl it around. We're going to flip it over so there's a nice coating of oil on the dough. Then we're going to cover this with plastic and let it rise for 1.5 hours. Okay, here's our dough. You see it is like more than doubled. maybe tripled in size. So we're gonna make 3 pizzas. I usually take this dough and make 2, but we want to cut down on how much dough we're eating, how much bread we're eating. So we're gonna make 3 out of it, stretch out, make thinner crust pizzas. Here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is take plastic off, take this out of the pan. We're going to turn it over. We're going to roll it up jelly roll style. We're going to roll it out a little bit. Now here's where I would cut it in half, but we're going to cut it in thirds, and we're going to roll out, well, we're going to try and roll out the same amount of crust, pizza crust, but we're going to make 3 out of it instead of 2. Alright, so we're going to put those 2 aside. We're going to take this, flatten it out a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on this. It's oily from being in the bowl with the oil. We're going to roll it out. We don't want it to stick to the countertop. Alright. You can see we got a little stick going on. Now, this is, we're not doing it in the restaurant, so we're doing it at home. So you could be a little bit more free form. It doesn't have to be perfect circles, doesn't have to be perfect squares, but it's got to fit in the pan. Alright. So I think that's pretty good. So now we're going to roll this in half. Half over and half over that way. And we're going to put it in a pan. Alright, here's the pan. Put it in here. In the corner, and you flip it over. There you go. So now we're going to get 3. Now, I used to only get 2 of these, but we're going to get 3. So this is going to be a nice thin crust pizza. Alright? We're going to do that 2 more times. I'm going to put a little oil on the pizza crust, and I'm going to put it around with a brush. It's going to act as a moisture barrier to the crust, so we don't want to get it too wet when we put on our toppings. So I'm going to do that to the other crust too. Okay, so I don't have any kind of like tomato sauce laying around, but I live in Arizona in the Southwest. We always have, some kind of salsa around. So I'm going to use this one on a couple of pizzas, and I'm going to use this one on one pizza. It's a spicier salsa. Here we go. So I got some salsa on the pizzas, and I'm going to spread it around. It doesn't take much tomato sauce to make a pizza, so go light on it. And then I'm going to spread out the other ones, and then we'll get back to it. Alright, this is going to be the spicy pizza. So I'm just going to make this a cheese pizza. We're going to share these with our neighbors, so I don't want to make too bizarre of a pizza. This is going to be a cheese and spicy salsa pizza. I like a lot of cheese in it. Alright. Maybe I'll get some dried cilantro and sprinkle it on there. My other pizzas, I'm going to put some toppings on them, but I like to put down a little bit of cheese first. Just to make sure everything sticks to the pizza. Okay, there we go, and I'll get my toppings. So on the other pizzas, I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to put a lot of onions and mushrooms on this one. I sauteed them earlier. This is going to be an onion and mushroom pizza. love mushrooms, love onions, good for you. That looks pretty good. And the other pizza, I'm going to do the mushrooms and some pepperoni. Now this with cheese. That looks good. A little bit of this pizza, we're going to put a little bit of the onion and mushroom. We're not going to make this an onion mushroom pizza. We're going to make this an onion mushroom pepperoni pizza. We just need a little bit of stuff in here. These leftover mushrooms and onions I'll eat later. I'll make an omelet or whatever. Alright. Some pepperoni. Actually, you know what I like to do? Put a little more cheese on there. And then put the pepperoni in there. We're going to do this in a nice, organized fashion. So when we cut the pizza, every portion will have piece of pepperoni on it. So we're going to cut it in 4 and then cut it this way, squares like we do in Chicago. One more slice and we're done. Well, maybe 2 more slices. Right. And then one for me. Make sure it's okay. And then we put even more cheese on top of that. Not much though. Yeah. Alright. Here we are. We'll show them when they come out of the oven. Yeah, looking good, yeah. Here's our 3 pizzas. We got a mushroom onion one, pepperoni with a little bit of mushrooms and onions, and a cheese pizza with spicy salsa. They both have salsa on. They all have salsa on, but these 2 are not spicy salsa. Alright, so we're going to cut them up and give them a try. Okay, we've got the pizza cut up. The dough's portioning it out for the neighbor. And it's delicious.